And now we're ready to adjust the lift. So we're wanting to come back up. We're going to use the top of the slider as a gauge to do our adjustments. What we're going to do here first is just set the adjustment as a preset, because your final adjustment wants to be when the car is loaded onto the lift. Because when you put the weight that you're going to have on here, these are twisted cables. It's going to make it grow. So you want to adjust that at the time when it's loaded with the car on there to get your final adjustment. But we're going to set it up here first just to get it close before you load your car. With this, what we're doing is this slide bucket is coming up. And so when this is my highest one, I've walked around and looked, this is going to be the first one to where this comes flush with the bottom part of this lock cutout. So right now I'm flush. That's going to be my gauge. I'm going to walk to all three posts and see what I need to adjust them to make them flush just like this. And it'll be easy to adjust the other three to this one right here. So let's walk over to this other post. You'll notice this one is flush as well. So these two are setting the same level. And so now we're going to go check on the back to see what we need to adjust on the back. Okay, now you can see right here that we're a ½ inch lower from being flush. So what that tells me is I need to adjust this nut at the top a ½ inch, pull that up to where this becomes flush, so that the lock will fire the same as the other two on the other side of the lift. We got one more, so I'm making a mental note. I need to raise this a ½ inch. Let's check the last post. And this one as well. We need to come up a finger width, about a ½ inch, that we need to raise this one so it becomes flush as well. So what we're going to do to get this preset ready to load your car on it, I'm going to raise up, tighten that nut at the top of the cable by a ½ inch. That'll bring these up to flush. Then we'll load the car on there, and then we're going to check it again, because then the cables will be fully twisted tight, and then you'll be able to set the adjustment and dial it in. A little helpful hint for you. I'm a ½ inch and I'm a ½ inch on these two posts that I need to bring it up. Now if I get up on top right now and adjust that with the weight of the lift, I'm having to raise the lift up. So an easy way to do it is I'm going to bring it up to a lock, let it engage, and then set it down onto the lock. That'll take all the pressure off the cables. So now when I go up there, I'm going to take a pair of vice grips and my appropriate socket and tighten that up without having to raise the lift up. It makes it a whole lot easier to adjust.
Okay, now that we're on a lock, there's some slack in the cable. So now, as we pre-measured, we need to come up a ½ inch on both the rear posts. So I'm just going to clamp the non-threaded portion of our stud, and you definitely don't want to clamp the cable at any time. And I'm going to use a hand wrench because I can control it better. And I'm going to go up until I see about a ½ inch of threads sticking out of the top of my nut, because if you remember, we flush nutted to begin with, so we had a reference point to start from. That looks like a ½ inch there. Now I'll do the other rear one. Okay, now I'm at the other rear post, and again, we start out flush nutted, and we have to bring this one up a ½ inch also. And this is our preliminary leveling. We're going to do our final leveling with a car on it. So I'm not even putting a tape measure on, I'm just getting close. Okay, there we're about a ½ inch up.
Okay, so we've made our adjustments on the lift here before we load the car, but what I want to show you is what we're looking for. You know, this sets on your garage floor. Your garage floor might be perfectly level, it might not, but the way we've adjusted this is to your floor. And what we're trying to accomplish, and I want you to hear and listen for the sounds of the locks. That's the important part. We want these to all fire at the same time. Just like that. You hear one click, and that means all 4 locks are engaged at that time. And then to lower this, you're going to hit your hydraulic release handle, and then that's going to come down and nest onto this lock, and it takes all the pressure off of our cables. And that's now on the load. Nothing, you can't pull on this handle to open up your locks. It's there until you raise the lift back up and disengage the locks. Best lock system on the market. Now that we have the locks all firing together, there's one more step you got to do. You'll want to load your car on it. Once you put that car on it, like I said a minute ago, it tightens the cables. That'll get you to where you're dialing in this lock. Because when you first put it on, you might not hear that same click that we just did. So put the car on it and then use the same formula. You're using this as your gauge, come up till it comes flush with the car on, and check each one of them. And then if you need to make a minor adjustment, you're going to tighten up the cables to make it to where they're flush and they'll all fire together.